Call me the girl in her scarf. I got my hair done. I cut all my hair off and I got a little pixie. And I am not about to risk messing up my hair. I will eventually record videos without having my scarf on, but I've worked a full day and now I'm just unwinding. And I wanted to record a video and just say my day has been very, very stressful. I work remote and I've been in the remote space now since February of 2026. I was a nurse out in the field and I just got burnt out. So I was able to get contracted and find a remote job as a healthcare coordinator, and audit in charts is what I do now. And it is so convenient. I live in San Antonio, Texas, and I thought New York's traffic was bad. Texas, especially San Antonio, takes the cake. So commute times, I mean, I never really knew what time to leave out the house because traffic here is ridiculous. There's accidents left and right. And it seems like people here don't care about getting into car accidents. When my now husband moved here from the East Coast, his car insurance doubled. The same thing happened to me when I moved here in 2012, which is ridiculous, but that goes with the area. But I will say, working remote, I wish I would have done this years ago because the convenience of it, saving on gas, not having to worry about coworkers, and this way too, I'm not exposed to a bunch of diseases. It was scary working through COVID. Now, I didn't start out working through COVID in the very beginning because my husband was in a pretty bad motorcycle accident. So in 2020, I stopped working in the end of March. March 24th, 2020 is the day he had his motorcycle accident. And when he got released from the hospital, I stayed home and I was taking care of him, doing his wound care and stuff like that. So I did not get back out into the workforce until November of 2020. And that is when I didn't realize how burnt out I was. Just life was happening. My mother was sick at the time. And it was just a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. I just recently got to the point to where I wanted to work remote. And I take that back. During probably 2021, towards the end of 2021, I did have a remote job. It was doing bed control. So working for, well, here in San Antonio, there's Baptist hospitals. And so transferring patients in between the hospitals based on their acuity. But I was working at CVS Minute Clinic. And the hours, it just didn't work out. So I had to give that up. But then I was able to revisit remote work in February of 2026. And now here we are, July, what's today? July 8th. And I absolutely love it. I save on gas. I get up when I want to, but I'm still able to do my job and then clock out. So that's really had me spoiled because there were times where I would be getting up 3 o'clock in the morning, leaving out by 4:30 to drive an hour and 40 minutes, work a 12-hour shift, then come back home and then go to sleep and do that all over again. 3 12-hour shifts in a row. And then I just got burnt out. Not to mention that I have to drive, but then all of the things that you have to deal with when you're at work. So I can say, although today was a very busy day, I got done at 2 o'clock. I clocked out and I didn't have to commute anywhere. I was already at home. So I will say that if you are, and I'm a nurse, but I'm an LPN, I'm not an RN. A lot of people, when they hear me say nurse, they think that RNs are the only nurses out there. LPNs are very much needed and we're very special indeed. But I do have a hookup. So if you are looking to work remote and you are an LPN or an RN, hit me up. I got the hookup. And the company that I work for is based out of New York, even though I'm in San Antonio, Texas. That's also another thing. The beauty of working remote is it doesn't matter where you are. You can still do your job and you could get paid, and you don't even have to be in the same space, which I absolutely love. I get to dress how I want. It doesn't matter. Half the time, I'm not even fully dressed, but it's just, I know what I'm supposed to do. I do my job, I clock out, and I go on about my business. Now, also, what I'm doing is I'm getting into remote sales. So that's something else, high ticket sales. And that's something else that I can do remote, and I can travel around the world and I can still do my job. But it was really, really hectic because when I got done with work and I came downstairs and had something to eat, I was able to unwind. I was able to go through my personal emails. I was able to catch up on some phone calls. And I started to get in a state where I was just reflecting on my life and what I was doing this time last July. And I really, really appreciated having the ability to work in different areas. Just whether it's working outside of the house, working inside of a client's house, being at a remote clinic, being at a freestanding clinic, being in a full blown doctor's office, being in a hospital. But I will say, out of all of that, for the time of my life that I'm living in now, being home, working remote, it couldn't have come at a better time. And I absolutely, absolutely love being able to make my own schedule. Now that gets me into the point to where now I'm thinking, how else can I make changes in my life? How can I bring in more income? Because I'm not trying to work all of these extra shifts, but just it's a relief to be able to just work, do your job, and clock out. No drama with coworkers. There's still a little drama. They try to have drama even though it's remote chats and things like that. But I can ignore that. I can turn those notifications off. I can kind of like detach myself from it. But now I'm thinking, how else can I expand? So that brings me to YouTube, recording videos and talking. I'm a talker anyway. I love to yap, love to chat, love to meet new people, but being able to separate myself and have time for myself and to talk where I'm not interrupted, where I don't have call bells buzzing in the background. I can do my job, I can clock out, and then the rest of the day is for myself. And being able to pull out my phone, pull out my camera, record a video, and talk is very, very therapeutic. But I will say, I'm finding it hard to be consistent with recording videos. I think of something, something happens, I want to vent about something, and I record it, and then I don't do anything with it. So I am trying to make, the only time you fail is if you quit. So if you are like me, if you are wanting to get on YouTube, you want to start recording videos, but you just don't know exactly how you want to get started, how you're going to do it, what are you going to talk about, start thinking about your day. So that's what I did with this video, is just reflecting back on my day and then what I do and what was I doing this time last year? How has it changed? Am I happy with that change? And I have got to say, being able to make your own decisions as far as where you work, what hours you work, I cannot, I'm telling you, like, I'm completely at a loss for words. Like, I look at that aspect of my life and think I could remember leaving out the house, hopping in my vehicle, driving, having to deal with traffic, worrying about whether or not I'm going to get there on time, set my things down, look at the schedule, get my assignment, take report while I do bedside, check on my patients and things like that. Do what I have to do. Don't want to leave work late because that's going to put me back even later getting home because I have a drive. And then coming home and then doing it all over again. Like, that is not something that I wanted to be doing for the rest of my life. So to be able to just work from home, get up at the time that I want, do my job and clock out, I just had to share it and say, like, that is so refreshing. Do you work from home? If so, let me know in the comments. Do you work from home? How long have you been working from home remotely? And do you really enjoy it? Do you miss it? Could you ever go back to a brick and mortar? Because I'm going to tell you, no, I'm absolutely not. This is where I'm going to stay, and I'm just going to expand on this and create multiple streams of income that I can do remotely, because I am never going back to a brick and mortar job.